From the Home Slice News Center, this is the Daily Slice for Wednesday, December 14th, 2022. I'm D. Ray Knight. This is what's going on. Winter storm Diaz brought high wind and snow to the area yesterday, leading to the closure of schools and roads. I-90 from the Wyoming line to Chamberlain was closed Tuesday due to poor conditions. Schools in Rapid City were closed Tuesday and will remain closed today. For Rapid City area school students, this is a snow day and not an e-learning day. Meade 46-1 schools are also closed today. The state DCI is getting a computer upgrade. Amy Rose has the details.
Lawmakers in Pierre will soon be asked to send $3.5 million to the Division of Criminal Investigation to update the software that catalogs arrest and fingerprint records that date back to 1937. The request is among the one-time line items tucked into Governor Kristi Noem's 360-page proposed budget. The system catalogs all arrest and conviction information collected by or shared with the state, including fingerprints. If the Appropriations Committee approves the spending, interim DCI Director Chad Mosteller said the agency would seek bids for a faster, simpler system that will integrate and communicate more efficiently with databases used by other agencies like the Unified Judicial System.
The state has officially dropped all charges against Native American activist and NDN Collective President CEO Nick Tilson, who faced significant jail time after he and about 150 others protested President Donald Trump's Independence Day 2020 visit to Mount Rushmore. The state filed a dismissal on November 18th of the 6 charges against Tilson, including second-degree robbery and 2 counts of simple assault against law enforcement. Pennington County State's Attorney Mark Vargo originally prosecuted the case, but the case was transferred to the Minnehaha County Deputy State's Attorney Colleen Moran after Tilson alleged prosecutorial misconduct on Vargo's part in 2021. In national and international news, lawmakers leading the negotiations on a bill to fund the federal government for the current fiscal year say they've reached an agreement on a framework that should allow them to complete the work on the bill over the next week and avoid a government shutdown. Congress faces a midnight Friday deadline to pass a spending bill to prevent a partial government shutdown. The 2 chambers are expected this week to pass a short-term measure to keep the government running until December 23rd, which should give negotiators time to complete the work on a full-year spending bill. Despite better news on inflation, the Fed is set to raise interest rates again. Amy Rose has the details.
After 4 straight 3/4-point interest rate hikes, the Federal Reserve is set to announce a smaller half-point increase in its key rate Wednesday, a first step toward dialing back its efforts to combat inflation. At the same time, the Fed is expected to signal that it plans more hikes next year than it had previously forecast to try to conquer the worst inflation bout in 4 decades. And most economists think Chair Jerome Powell will stress that the Fed will likely keep its benchmark rate at its high point through next year, even after the hikes have ended.
Now the latest on the war in Ukraine. Ukrainian authorities say they thwarted a Russian attack on Kyiv and the surrounding area as their air defense systems intercepted and destroyed 13 explosive-laden drones. A local official says wreckage from some of the drones damaged 5 buildings. No casualties were reported. The attempted strikes underline how vulnerable Ukraine's capital remains to Russian attacks that have devastated infrastructure in recent weeks. But they also highlighted Ukraine's claims of increased efficiency in intercepting weapons. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Russian forces fired 13 Iranian-made drones, all were intercepted. Ukraine's snow-covered capital remained largely calm after Wednesday's attack. Your weather forecast from the Home Slice Weather Center. A winter weather advisory is in effect. It'll be windy today with about an inch of snow, so expect blowing and drifting, and 23 for the high. Windy and some flurries tonight, and a low of 15. And that was your Daily Slice for Wednesday, December 14th, 2022. The Daily Slice is a production of Home Slice Media Group, hosted by D. Ray Knight with Amy Rose. Executive producer Mark Houston. Engineered by Chris Jacquez. I'm D. Ray Knight. Have a great day.